Hi, Matt DeFilippo here from the Kennebec Journal Morning Sentinel. You ready to talk some field hockey? Of course you are. That's why you clicked on this video, right? If you're going to talk field hockey in Central Maine, you got to talk about Skowhegan. 12 state championships in the last 13 years. They're loaded again. They got Riley Blanchette moving from the forward line to the center mid. They've got a great goalie in Leah Cruzy. A couple other forwards who can score, Brooke Mashansky and Renee Wright. They're going to be pretty tough. Another team that's going to be real tough, they might even be the favorite this year, is Messalonski. A few junior Olympians on the team, Emily Hogan, Riley Field, Allie Corbett, Shelby French is a good goalie. They're going to be really strong again. It's actually a pretty tough league. Lawrence is going to be real strong. They've got a great defense led by Emily McLean and Lila Tilden Flood and Emily Tozier in goal. New coach Shauna Robinson said she wants to bring in some more offense. So if they can do that, they're going to be tough to beat. Mount Blue is another strong team. They beat Coney in the playoffs last year and almost beat Messalonski. They're going to be real tough. Jenna Bullen's a real key player for them. Other local team in Class A is Coney. They looked like they were going to have a great 1-2 punch on offense with Erica Brochu and Madeline Rennie, who transferred from Gardner after making All-State last year. Rennie's been hurt in preseason, so that's up in the air, but if those two are on the same field together, that's going to be a tough matchup for anyone. Moving on to Class B, we got Nokomis, who won the state championship last year. They got a great new goalie in Chelsea Crockett, who's a freshman. She's going to be real tough, and they got a lot of players who can just fill in different roles, like Megan Lovely and Michaela Charters, people like that. They've got Olivia Brown, who has scored the winning goal as a freshman in the state championship game last year. They're going to be pretty tough. It's a pretty even league. Gardner's got a new coach in Sharon Gallant. They're going to be strong as well. They lost Rennie, but they still have Nikaya Lovely on the front line, and she can definitely score. Then you look at Class C, we got two teams, Winslow and Mount View, who play in the KVAC, but they'll play in Class C for the playoffs. They're both going to be real tough. They might be 1 and 2 in Eastern C this year. Winslow's got a great goalie, Delaney Wood, amazing defense with Alyssa Woods, Sierra Poulin, Katie Smith, players like that. They're going to be real tough. Sarah Wiles on the front line. That's a team that's going to be tough to beat. They even tied Skowhegan in a 25-minute game in preseason. Then you look at Mount View, Kiersey Boulay, she's a great candidate for Miss Maine Field Hockey. She's one of the best midfielders in the state, one of the best players in the state, really. And her sister, Rihanna Boulay, is a freshman. She was a freshman last year and scored 14 goals, actually 15, and those two are going to combine together. They're going to be a real great duo for Mount View. And then you look at other teams, MCI, I'm looking for them to be pretty strong. You usually worry about numbers with them, but they got 31 kids out this year, so they could really make a dent in Eastern C. Another team, Winthrop, they might fall off this year, but people said that about them last year, and they still look like a really strong team. So there's going to be a lot of good action this year. We'll have it all for you on centralmaine.com and in the Morning Sentinel and Kennebec Journal, so be sure to follow us during the season. Obviously, you guys must have high expectations this year. How have you looked in preseason as a team?
We've looked pretty good so far, preseason-wise, and it's been a tough preseason because we've just been working hard, and so hopefully, I hope we've set goals for ourselves, so we want to make it to semifinals and states, obviously, so we are working really hard and trying to achieve our goals. So,
do you feel different with chasing those goals as a senior than you did maybe in past years?
Yeah, I feel like it's not that I want it more, but I have to be I'm a captain, so I have to be a leader, so I want it more than probably a freshman just because it's a whole different aspect of I'm now older, so I now want more out of my career, right. Kind of, so.
And other than Winslow, maybe MCI, anyone you see in the playoffs is not who you've seen in the regular season. Do you, as a team, keep an eye on some of those teams in Eastern C during the year, or?
Yeah, it's you mean for teams that we're gonna play during semifinals.
Do you look at how they're doing or anything?
Usually we try to stay how have they been doing during the season? Who have they been beating, and how have the scores turned out? So we try to keep a little bit of an eye on them just so we're prepared.
obviously, I mean, a lot of people talking about what a good team you guys have this year. What do you think? Have you done in preseason so far?
It's felt really good. We've had a lot of positivity in preseason, a lot of intensity, and we're hoping to do better than we did last year. And we're really keeping that in mind, and we're taking it one game at a time still, but we're definitely still thinking of that and trying to reach the ultimate goal.
And I was going to ask you about that. I mean, last year, the game against Foxcroft, is that something that's been talked about in preseason, or?
Yeah, we don't talk about it too much, but we definitely keep it in the back of our minds, and it still stings for a lot of us. And but yeah, we're still taking it one game at a time and making sure we're focusing on practice by practice and game by game, and not overlooking anyone. And yeah.
And I mean, you're playing these really strong teams, and some of the best teams in Maine, really, like Skowhegan and Messalonskee in preseason. Do you think that'll help you down the road?
Definitely, yeah. They've challenged us a lot, and we've learned a lot from playing against them, and it's helping us click more, and we're starting to get it more, and yeah.
Leah, talking to Coach Dowdy, she mentioned a lot that you've really taken some steps forward this season. What kind of stuff did you do in the off season?
Well, I started out playing indoor for Majestics, which I played on the U16 black team, and we traveled to various tournaments in the Northeast. Next, I started out with festival. Sorry, I went to the National Festival tournament in November during Thanksgiving break. Then I went to indoor. I then continued with Majestics. I did some skills and was put on the National Club Championship team, where we ended up qualifying for Nationals, which was held in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. I got to play a lot of great teams there, and got a lot of shots and helped me get a lot of experience. So I definitely played a lot this year and was able to get a lot of shots on me, and repetition is always great for a goalie especially.
Now, the league, I mean, I can remember a few years ago when it seemed like there was kind of Skowhegan and Messalonskee, and every other game was kind of 10-0, it seemed like. But it seemed like the league's going to be, there's a lot of real strong teams this year in the
Absolutely.
league.
Yeah, I think that there's going to be a lot of strong teams. A lot of teams are going further to play Majestics and do the things that we've done for a long time. Everyone's really competitive. And of course, we still have Skowhegan and Messalonskee that are playing for Majestics, but I really do think that other teams have gone not out of the way, but have gone to the next level to try and, honestly, I think it's motivated from us to try and beat us and try to always be better than us. But yeah, playing in the off season really makes a difference. So.